Hey guys, it's Mike here, and in this video, I'm going to be reviewing the first trailer for Avengers Endgame. This is a trailer that everyone's been waiting for since the end of Avengers Infinity War. When we last left the Avengers, the team had been defeated by Thanos, who achieved his goal of assembling the Infinity Gauntlet and wiping out half the universe's population with a snap of his fingers. Naturally, this left the Avengers and audiences devastated, as so many of the beloved characters died. The newest trailer takes advantage of that emotion by showing us the grim aftermath of that event. It begins with Tony Stark, now alone and drifting in space. He records a message for Pepper through his helmet, saying that his food and water have run out, and his oxygen will soon too. We then see as the other remaining Avengers and Captain America, Black Widow, and Bruce Banner are mourning the losses. They actually show us a slideshow of some of those who died, with two interesting inclusions. First would have to be Scott Lang, aka Ant-Man, who, as the audiences know, survived the snap. However, the Avengers are unaware of that. Another inclusion is Shuri, the sister of T'Challa, the Black Panther, who we didn't actually know had died until now. This scene is also taken from the Infinity War comics, where Captain America looks at all those who were snapped away. In this trailer, we also see where some of the other characters are, including Nebula, who now appears to be on the side of good, or at least the side that's against Thanos, and Hawkeye, who is now wielding a sword. This is likely signifying that Hawkeye has now become his other comic book alter ego, Ronin. Not to be confused with Ronan the Accuser from Guardians of the Galaxy. And considering how he's changed in the wake of Thanos' snap, and is back in the action, it's possible that some members of his own family didn't survive. Which would be sad, especially after we learned so much about them during the events of Age of Ultron. While this is going on, we also see that Thanos is on a farm world, which is another callback to the end of the Infinity Gauntlet comic that they reference at the end of the Infinity War movie. We even see that Thanos has used his armor to make a scarecrow, which I always found to be a funny reveal from the comics. Although Thanos is relaxing after the snap, and perhaps recovering from using so much power and taking the brunt of Thor's Stormbreaker, I wonder what his next move is. In the comics, Thanos wanted to do a lot more than just the snap, and the snap was more of an attempt to please the embodiment of death. Thanos' real goal was always to be God and sole ruler of the universe. So will Thanos evolve his goals in this movie and attempt to further ascend, or will he just hang out and wait for the other Avengers to make their counterattack? That waits to be seen. But the trailer finally ends as Scott Lang, Ant-Man himself, arrives and lets the Avengers know that he survived. And I think this moment will likely set up the real plot of the film. Because as we know at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, Scott was inside of the quantum realm during the snap, and was as a result unaffected while his group turned to dust. As a result, I think the quantum realm and Ant-Man will factor heavily into this movie, as the remaining Avengers attempt to use it to defeat Thanos. Now, some reports for this movie also mention there being possible time travel, which could even involve the quantum realm, but these are really unconfirmed as of now. Now, while this sounds like it could be really cool, it also makes me wonder if they're not going to have an epic everyone versus Thanos battle like in the comics. Although we got something similar at the end of the last movie, if they just go around Thanos and beat him with time travel here, I'm going to be a little disappointed. That and some other things are making me a little more cautiously optimistic for the movie. After all, this is the true end to this phase that the last movie was setting up, so it might be an even harder task to end it in a satisfying way. And finally, the trailer ends with the title Avengers Endgame, which was a title a lot of people had guessed and ties in directly with Doctor Strange's words to Tony Stark in Infinity War. So overall, I think it was a pretty good trailer, although not much was actually revealed. Most of these scenes seem to me like they'll take place during the first act of the movie, at which point the plot will really get rolling probably around the time that Ant-Man shows up. In that sense, it feels more like a teaser than a full-on trailer, but it could be their intention with the marketing to not give everything away. I guess we'll have to see as future trailers come out. So what did you guys think? Did you like the newest trailer for Avengers Endgame? And are you more excited for the movie than you were before this? Let me know down below. Also, if you're new to this channel, then make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you can see all of my videos right away when they come out. And make sure to stick around, because there's a lot more to come in the future.
Yeah, and you better subscribe.